Hi, we are going to replace my sprinkler. This is the Blossom sprinkler system. It's pretty good. Had it for about a year, and for most of the time it does really well, but I built a pool, or had somebody build a pool, and the pool company messed up a lot of my sprinkler lines, and because of that, we had a sprinkler person repair the sprinkler system, and actually the replacement part does not work very well with the Blossom. So I keep getting this warning notification that's basically telling me that there's something wrong with a particular zone, etc. And it's really annoying the heck out of me. I contacted Blossom and asked them to do something about it. They're not very responsive at first. Somebody said that they will look into it and assign it to a level 2 tech, but evidently after waiting a few months, nothing really happened. So Blossom disappointed me, and I decided to buy something a little bit more expensive called Rachio, and I am going to be replacing it. So okay, so I forgot, before I take it off, it's usually good to go ahead and take a picture of the cable layout. So I'm going to go get my phone, and we're going to take a picture of that. Okay, I kind of remember that the at least this cable here and this cable that plugs into the black, and probably these few cables here, like maybe the blue and the yellow, it's a control signal cable, or for the power. So this cable right here, don't worry about this. Before I installed the Blossom, I had a Rainbird system, and also have a rain gauge where this is plugged into. So this is the rain gauge cable. So the rain gauge is basically an attachment or plug-in for the Rainbird system. That's like a container, so when the rain droplets fill the container, it measures how much rain you have received for that particular week, I guess, or for a certain interval, and that kind of feed into the computer, and they have some kind of formula that calculates how much watering time the Rainbird's supposed to do. Well, the newer sprinkler system, as you know, doesn't work that way anymore. They basically use the computer and weather data from the internet, and which is the local weather station, I guess. So it's a lot better than simply using your own personal weather station like the Rainbird gauge. So that's why. Anyway, this is not longer being used when you use one of these more advanced sprinkler system. And okay, so I have 12 zone right now, so I'm just going to count from this side 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So actually I was wrong. I guess the white is some kind of control, and all these colored cables are actually the cable for each zone. And because of that, I'm actually not lazy, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right without reading the manual. But it's been about a year ago since I installed this, and so I'm just going to keep in mind that the white is a special meaning cable, and then the rest of this 12 is going to be basically one per zone. So how I'm going to do this in order for me to not have to label each one of the zone. So of course I have a picture of all this. I can always refer to my phone and do that, or I'll try to make it as easy as possible. So if I remove this and actually put this in order, right? So the white one, I'm gonna put it here, and then so each time I take out one, I'm gonna put it in order like that, and see if I actually run out of room. Should be okay. I only have 12. Here you go. Okay. Still doing okay without being confused, I think. Yeah. Now instead of going sideways, I'm starting to go up. And almost there. So, whoops, orange is next. So now I'm going to have to go really sideways. There you go. 2, 3 more. And 1 more. No, 2 more. And last one. Great. Now I have to somehow see if that stands up by itself. And then let me unscrew this all together. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, that's too much. Okay. Alright, whoops. I guess I pulled it all out. Alright, that's okay. So, let me get the regular screwdriver and pull this out. I'm going to try to reuse this anchors. These things are pretty expensive. Oops, I guess not doing too well here. Deal with that later. Okay. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is, this is the new sprinkler system, and we are going to put it somewhere here, so you can see that this is my previous one, and I made new holes, and now I have this. So, you know, so I'm trying to get the make sure that the cable all fits correctly. Yeah, right about here should be good. So somewhere on top of all this. All right, so I am going to get my level some screws to go ahead and make the holes, and then anchor them. Okay, I can't find my regular level, so I have this digital level, which I guess is an overkill for this application, but it will work. So basically I'm trying to get this to 0. Wait, is this, what mode is this on? Forgot how to use this. On, off. Okay. I think this is right. So it's telling me to go this way. No, that's going to be more. I'm trying to get it to 0. Okay, there it is, 0. Whoops, what did I do? All right, whoops, come on. This is too long. Okay, let's see if that makes any mark. Yep, I got 4 marks. I'm only just going to do 3. I'm going to do here, here, and there. That should be enough. This thing is not too heavy. So I'm just going to use this screw because I'm lazy. I don't want to get my drill and everything. So I'm just going to screw it here. And then pull it out. And we're going to do this one. I feel like I hit something there. Nope. And then this one. Okay, so just want to get the solder hole to start the anchor easier, because these anchors, the way they drill, they're actually not very strong. So sometimes when you don't make that solder hole, they're not going to be able to go in really well. And my experience with these anchors is also that they're pretty weak as far as being able to drill into the wall. So sometimes when you turn it too hard, it actually breaks off. So using this kind of impact drill, this is too powerful for it. So, you see, it just broke off. That's what I'm talking about. Now that it's broken off, I have to remove it and replace it with something else. And I can't. Great. So I gotta now have to, oh crap, it won't come out. You know what? I'll just do it like, I just use it like that. It's fine. Okay, for the rest, I'm going to use a regular screwdriver. And, oh, great. That one broke off too. Awesome. Okay. Let's see if I can just force that one in. Okay, no such luck there. Okay, that one went in just fine. So this one right here, this is sticking out. This is not going to work. So I'm going to have to remove some part of it so that it'll actually be somewhat flush when I screw it in. So there you go. Now before we start putting that new one on, what I want to do is go ahead and remove this one and then caulk it, because it's much easier to caulk it right now rather than later. Okay, I'm back with the caulk, and this is partially used, so I'm trying to squeeze whatever it has left on it. Hopefully I have enough to try to cover this hole. Okay, here we go. Okay, the thing is with caulk, as you can see here from a year ago, it shrinks, and so it's okay, or you should actually put a little bit more, but as you can see, last year's caulk, even after I put a little bit more, it's still not enough. So I'm going to put even more this time. Okay. So I'm not going to level it. Well, there you go. It's kind of level off. Okay, because this is actually pretty tough to squeeze out. Let me see if I can do some rolling technique here. See if that helps. Let's see. Jeez. How about if I use a plier and squeeze it up? Okay, that still did not help much. This is pretty tough. Okay, there you go. So it's actually a little bit better. Yep. Okay, and then let's just squeeze out a little more here to fix last year's issues, hopefully, if I can. At least make it a little bit smoother. Thank God for textured wall, because people like me obviously need it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, give me a little bit more. Oh my God. All right. It'll make me get my vice grip out or something. This is really getting ridiculous. I don't know what is causing this to get so hard. Probably because the hole is not big enough or something. Well, I just tried to make the hole bigger. Let's see if this helps. Okay, that obviously does not help. Alright, I guess I'll take care of that part later. For now, we are going to go ahead and install the new sprinkler. Okay. Alright, so it's going to go on like this, and the cable's all going to go from down here. Let's do a test. Yep, pretty good. It's going to reach everything. And the only thing that we need to figure out is where does the white cable goes to. I guess I have no choice. I have to read the manual for that. So for now, let's just try to put on the screws. So I'm going to drop in the screws in the holes. Okay, that didn't work. This screw is too small. Okay, let's try a different screw. Alright, that feels better. Okay, so before you screw this one all the way, what I would recommend is go ahead and try to screw in the other two so that you can be sure that you don't have to do this, that all your, I guess, guesstimate where the holes are actually correct. I mean, I can see them to be correct, but let's see. Okay, so my screws are actually too short for this. Get more screws, be right back. Okay, I got the screws in. I am going to try to slowly screw them. Okay, and last one. Okay. Alright, so each one of those anchor can hold probably about 25 to 30 pounds each, and this Rachio thing weighs probably 2 pounds. So this is not going anywhere, obviously. That's not my concern. So strength is not my concern, it's just, I just want this to stay on the wall. So, in case you're wondering why I have 3 different kinds of screws, I actually have the original screw from this unit. I like to keep things original, if you would. Yeah, meaning like the original items that comes with it. I like to keep it in an original state, just in case I decided to sell this if I don't like it or something. So that's why I don't like to use original things. Okay, so I see that unfortunately the zone numbering for this unit starts from 1 on this side and 16 on this side. So because of that, I am just going to hope that what do you call it, what I am doing here with putting the first one here, which is my blue one, is going to match zone 1. We'll see about that later. So to put this in, basically you just push that and then stick it in. Okay, so that's 1 and 11 more to go. You know, I'm going to make sure by double checking my phone, because the way I did the wiring, I'm not sure which one is which anymore. Okay, so here is the actual picture. So indeed blue is the first one, and then yellow, and then green, and then orange. Okay, so we're going to do yellow next. Just make sure. I'm also trying to get the wires to be not tangled up, like not overlapping each other. That's why I am putting them through one at a time, like that. And if my hand can stay still, there you go. Next is green. Overlapping any wire. There we go. And let's bring it in. And straighten out the cable. Put it right there. And that's green. Next is orange, followed by pink, and then brown. Orange, pink, brown, orange, there it is. Orange. I just felt it move, so evidently I didn't tight this all the way in, so it was still moving. I thought I did. So there you go. So now it's not moving. And make sure also these are tight. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Alright, so next it's pink and then brown. Pink, pink, pink. So okay. Next is brown. I think it's this brown. There's a light brown and there's a dark brown. This is a dark brown. Okay, so here we go. Next is gray, followed by, I guess, light brown, and then purple. So gray, followed by light brown, and then purple. Gray. Doesn't seem to want to get in there. Okay, okay, I see. This thing is kind of screwed up. Let me try to straighten out first. Okay. Alright, let's see if it wants to go in now. Yep. Okay, and then light brown. So this cable is actually getting kind of tight. So I have to pull it. So you just have just enough to reach here. Okay. And of course I'm going to make it stay here somehow in center later. But for now, the cable crimp are actually the one that is keeping it on. Okay, so I got one more for this side, and I'm just going to slip this through. There you go. So as far as design, I actually like the Rachio better. The way that they have this opening just right here for all the cable to go through is so much better than the Blossom, where they have this weird snap-on feature that at first looks pretty cool. You know how you wire everything and the computer unit kind of snap on, but I don't see a real benefit to it. So this is a much simpler and probably cheaper way to make this. All right, so after purple we have blue, black, and red. So blue. And then now I'm going to start going to this side. Well, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry. I put this one in C. I don't know what C is. I told you I haven't read the manual yet. By the way, that's not recommended. Usually I would read the manual first. I guess I felt kind of lazy on this one. The Rachio has been sitting on the kitchen table for a few days, and my wife is starting to complain about it. So I thought, you know what, I am just going to install it, and here we are. Okay, so blue is next. Come on, really? There's something wrong with this one. Like going too high or something. Let's try that again. That's number 10. That feels like, okay, I think it's good. Alright, so just pull it up like that, okay. And then black and then red. So black. You know what, on second thought, probably should have just pulled all the cable through. I bet you would have been faster than doing this one by one. But too late now. Almost done. Yeah, that felt a lot better. I just don't like how this number 10 feels. Oh yeah, that's better right there. Okay, alright, I think that's good. And then the last one, red. That's going to be number 12. That's exactly right. So I only had 12 zone. You know, that one also doesn't feel right. Okay. It's like every time this cable points down, it doesn't feel right going into this. Okay, now that one feels much better. Okay, so we got all the zones put in to all this appropriate cable. The only other cable that we need to do are two cables. One is this white, I don't know what for cable. My guess is that it's probably going to go to either this M thing. I'm not a sprinkler expert, so I have no idea about this stuff. It either goes to M, C, or this C. You notice that there's all these C here. There's C on each side. There's C on each side. So at this time, I have no choice. I have to read the manual. And I hope I didn't do anything wrong that I have to undo and redo. That would basically prove that I should have read the manual first. Alright, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I checked the manual. Actually, my rain sensor can be used for Rachio. But I don't think it's going to be as accurate as using the internet weather channels. So I'm going to still ignore that. Now, the mystery white cable, I still don't know what it is, but I'm going to assume that this is actually common, because that is actually the most common, well, no pun intended there. It's actually the most usual, regular configuration for a house like mine. So I am going to just feed it through and connect it to any of the common wire. So I'm just going to connect it to this one, for example. There you go. So the only other cable that I have to connect is actually just the power, and then we can go ahead and test this. So here's the power adapter that comes with it, and I happen to have a power right here that I can plug into, and I guess I'm just gonna run the cable down like that, and goes up and plugs in right there. Okay, so I guess in the future or later on, I'm gonna make this a little bit more tidier for the cable. Okay, so for now it's booting up, and I have already configured the Wi-Fi, or my wife did, and so right now it should be booting up and it should be connecting to my Wi-Fi, and by the look of it, it looks like it's doing quite well, because there's like 4 LED here, so if it gets all the way up and all lit up like that, I think that means it's all hooked up. See? Light 1, blinking lights means the device is booting. Light 2, this light will begin blinking as the controller tries to connect to your Wi-Fi network. Light 3 is connecting to Rachio cloud. Light 4, this light will begin blinking until you enter the controller's serial number, which I think my wife has done. The light will turn solid once your controller is online, and it's solid. So I think we're good. So the only thing that's left to do is basically just test this to make sure that it works. I don't really see any reason for this not working other than this particular cable here, the common. So yeah, I was really disappointed to when I tried to look for the Blossom manual, which is my previous sprinklers. I couldn't find the label of what this connection was for. Basically, on the previous controller, the white cable was plugged into this black connector here, and underneath it, it says COM, C-O-M, which should means common. So I'm assuming that that should be good. We'll see.